Cine Papis.
Welcome to another episode of the Cine Papis. Eddin Martinez, Jaime Fernandez, Juan Bago, and I'm just happy to really be here. I'm happy to be here.
Another week.
Happy to be here with you guys.
We're all wearing black. We're all looking very poppy today.
You got the email, Jamie.
Yeah.
Because
Today.
sometimes you guys do a whole theme dress up.
I don't know.
And I for some reason I don't.
Well, we didn't get the hat.
I'm not
email.
in the group text.
Yeah, we didn't. Have you ever done an all hat up yet?
I don't think
so.
we have.
No.
Well, because when we gotta wear these things.
Yeah.
Mike, I have the type of hair that once you put headphones on it,
Things all mess up. Same
get
thing though.
headphone head?
I can't do
it
like
unravels.
Yeah.
right.
You get headphone head.
I get headphone head.
headphone head sounds wild.
I mean, it is what it is.
Look, we are doing a very particular movie, something that's a little closer to the Papi home because of just honestly, really, of the name more than anything. But we are doing the 2000s classic. I'm gonna say classic.
Wow,
right?
chill,
That's right.
chill,
Take
chill,
it. Nah,
chill,
take
chill,
it.
chill.
Take it. The 2000s classic rom-com by the name of Chasing Papi.
Our first rom-com.
It is our first
In this
rom-com.
case, com sold separately.
Yeah. Wow.
For real.
But I'm not gonna hate on this movie because there is some entertainment value in this that we're gonna explore.
Remember, we are not
going
critics.
I'm
We're
not.
I see. I know you, bro.
I will
You're-
find good things to say about this movie.
Look, as a person who has seen Jamie on and off camera being a little bit more critical.
Yeah, you could
about
be.
movies, I'm not too surprised about your already initial reaction.
We
to
haven't
this
even
movie.
started yet.
I know.
But I don't want to be in the chorus of like people
Chorus.
who could pile on this movie because I mean, everybody. It's not like it's unknown that this
Was it
movie
a blockbuster?
is not. It's not a critical darling. There's not a critical darling. Is
I'll
it?
get into that into the Facts and Furious.
Okay.
But yeah, we could talk about more if it was a blockbuster.
But there's some good things about this movie that we can look into.
I'm just gonna say I'm gonna put money that I was the only one that saw it in the theater.
Yeah.
Wait,
I
in
guess
a
so.
real
Yeah, I saw
theater?
it in a real theater. My ex-girlfriend and like 19 of her female cousins
Right.
were like, we're going to go see Chasing Papi. And I'm like, all right. And I saw it in the theater. And I saw what hit. I saw what jokes hit. And I saw what jokes didn't.
What theater was this? Where was this?
Somewhere in Long Island. I don't know. The Long Island Theater? Long Island AMC.
I've heard of the movie 1,000 times. I've seen the poster for it before, but I'm not gonna lie to you, I haven't seen it till actually like now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's actually a big beauty of the show for me is that there's a lot of films like Latino or not, but mainly Latino that I haven't gotten to see before that now I'm getting the chance to approach it a lot better with this show. So it's kind of fun.
I think now this movie would be like maybe like a Hallmark movie. I don't know.
could see
I
They
don't
do
know.
Latino movies.
I don't
straight
know.
to-
This would be theatrical. I mean, no, more about like the plot. No, they have some like Mario Lopez is in a bunch of them.
This is do you think, are you saying this is a Tubi movie?
Wait, no,
Is this
wait.
a Tubi movie?
This is not a Tubi movie.
It's not a Tubi movie.
Okay.
No, this
All
is a
right.
straight to Netflix movie.
It's a
Yes.
straight to.
Yeah.
It's a Lifetime. Straight to Lifetime.
No
movie.
way.
You know, you say this, but it's you. You're Hallmark and Lifetime.
Hallmark, yeah, Lifetime.
Come
Yeah.
on, bro.
Is this a woman's channel movie?
Yeah, you're just.
Look, I don't. I think again, the successful part of this movie is that a lot of careers
Yes.
kind of sprang from this movie.
Uh-huh.
So that's something I would want to focus on a little bit as well. And of course, I'm going to be critical in some other spots. So we'll see, right? This is what everyone's here for. This is
Well,
what
I
you're
will
here
say
for.
this. I will say this. I remember rewatching it for the movie. I mean, for the podcast.
You were trying to get asked, by the way, right?
Excuse me?
There was no
Right,
way I
you
was
were
going to
with
say
your
no.
ex.
I
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
going to
you
be
had
like,
to.
I had to go.
Yeah,
I had
yeah,
no
yeah.
choice. And I was like, eh. But this time around when I watched it, different lens. 20 years later, I was like, oh, okay. I see something there. But I remember I'm like, really? I got to go see this movie? Fine.
You were chasing mommy.
I
That's
think
why
we
you
should
went to
start
go
the
see
show.
it.
I just want
I
to
think we should
say,
start the show.
before we get to the breakdown, two things. One, I was waiting for that one.
Yeah.
I was waiting for that.
you
I was
were?
waiting for the
Yeah,
Chasing Mama.
yeah.
But two, before we do the breakdown, just make sure you go follow us on all socials, myself, Jamie, and Juan Bago, and of course, everything Cine Papis.
Chase some Cine Papis.
There you go.
Chase these Cine Papis.
Make sure you download our episodes. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube. Make
That's
sure
the main
you-
reason we did this movie, so we can be like, chasing Cine Papis.
Chase
Chase
Cine
this
Papis.
Papi.
Hey.
Chase this Papi.
Look, Mike,
married.
let's get into the breakdown, please. Let's get into the breakdown.
Yeah, like you said, 2003. The movie came out in 2003. Mm-hmm. And it's about this guy, his real name is not Papi, but it's a guy who works in a marketing company in LA. Mm-hmm. And he takes advantage of his career that he gets to travel.
Yeah.
And it has some sort of cartoony style with the map. So he goes to Chicago with Roselyn Sánchez character. She's a lawyer. Yeah. He pops up and she's like, oh my God. And then already the excuses are coming. Like, yeah, mommy, look, I'm here.
I'm busy.
But I gotta go. I'm busy. It's 2003, so you don't got the social medias, you don't got the cell phones and text messaging like, hey, what's up? Drop a pin. Where you are? Where's your location? So then he ends up going to Miami to visit one of his other boos, who's played by Sofía Vergara. She works at a bar. She's like a crazy coworker, and then he's there. But then they meet at a club. And Sofia's character goes out to get a drink, and another woman comes in, and then Sofia does this whole possessed Llorona, which is crazy, like the character, and you're like, all right, she's nuts. And then
she's threatening him playfully, right? About don't do that to me or La Lorna, and then he sees her in his mind transform.
Then she's like the Llorona, which was an interesting choice, but.
And then they do it 10 more times because comedy's a lot funnier when you repeat it 10 times.
Jimmy, you need to control yourself in this episode. Okay. I honestly know where you're going with this. It's like, no, for real. He sees La Lorna literally 15 more times after that. Yeah. And it's like a little foreshadowing, he goes cuckoo a little bit.
Like every woman, yeah. Anyway.
So he's like, okay, yeah, mommy, I know I want to stay longer, but I had to go. And then he goes to New York. Who is this rich girl played by Jaci Velasquez, and it's weird, right? Because she's getting dressed and she's wearing this long, what was it from? What type of dress would you call that? I wasn't
even gonna say Victoria. It's just an elegant dress. Yeah.
And she's chilling, and he sneaks in. He's like, "Hey, I'm here." And then again, she's like, "Oh, mommy, I wanted to go, but I had to go and I had to leave." So he goes back to LA.
That kind of just shows that Tomas has access to these women in such ways that we will never understand.
And they're all not the same type either. Bartender, rich girl, and a lawyer. Mm-hmm. So it's like, all right. Goes to LA. And then it's funny because it's 3 women that are the ones he's chasing Papi. But there's that 4th, the one that works with him in LA.
It almost seemed like you could base the movie on her character, in love with this guy that she works with, who she can't have. This movie had so many different, if this movie focused on this, it'd be better moments. It'd be if this movie was just about the princess spoiled
so you're
character,
saying there's a lot of going on here,
and her mom, and she's trying to break out of that. That would have been a better, right?
I need to get through this breakdown.
Continue
without the critiquing, because I know you have a chip on your shoulder, right?
So we've set up the 3 women that are in this story. So
he's in LA, he's doing his thing, and then all of a sudden, Sofía Vergara's character, her coworker gets a call from her man that's in jail, and she's like, "Hey, I need you to do this thing with the car, and you got to drive it to LA." So then they're in this clunker, and she's like, "Oh my God, this is perfect. I can go see my boo." And then it's crazy because then all the characters, all 3 women, if I'm not mistaken, are watching Huerto Mercado, which was crazy because it kind of gave you a glimpse of that time and how Latinas really listen to Huerto Mercado. Great cameo. And
that was the Love Island of 2003.
Yeah.
That was the Love Island of 2003.
No, meaning it was appointment television. Everybody was running to the television to see his. Yeah. So it was that sort of did you see Huerto Mercado last night?
And ironically enough, all 3 of their signs were being told that oh my God, you need to make that step. You need to chase, right? Sofia interpreted that way. Roselyn and Jaci, they all were all right.
Crazy.
So then they all go. Now, understand this. Sophia's character had to go anyways. She was her +1 for her friend, who we obviously know that they were up to no good, right? That leads into another, like you said, another little subplot.
Oh, yeah.
So they all go. And they all want to surprise Papi. And they're in the house. And they're all wearing the lingerie. And they're all trying to be hey, I'm waiting for my boo. But it's Sofia's character that comes in. And they all confront each other. And they're like, what are you talking about? And if I'm not mistaken, Papi is not even there. And then he finds out. And then at the same time, Papi's stressed out, and his doctor gives him some, I guess, some pills to kind of relax. And then he takes the pills because he's stressed out that he's gonna get caught out. Because the doctor even
when I heard pills, I was like, "Oh, is this like Viagra?" And then I was like, "2003 was Viagra? Was Viagra a thing back then? I don't know."
So long story short, he gets confronted, and then he fucking passes out, like out cold. But I to go a little bit backwards. Roselyn kind of takes the lead and tries to say, like, you know what, this guy ain't worth it. All right, we need to leave. So they all leave, but then they all then end up coming back, and they all confront him, and then he passes out, out cold. Which gave me a little bit of like Weekend of the Bernie type of vibes, right? Like he was like they were trying to do whatever. So they end up finding out. Then there's this
Weekend at Benito's.
Yeah, that was like Bad Bunny, right?
That should be a remake.
Yeah,
Bad Bunny should remake. Bad Bunny should remake it.
Actually, I'm not gonna lie, Chasing Papi, but Bad Bunny's Papi would probably do really well.
That would, I'll be there, right?
So
Day one.
Like Jamie was saying earlier, there's a little different subplot. So there's a FBI agent played by Lisa Vidal, and she's trying to find out what's going on apparently with the car, and there's coke and all that. So she's trying to hunt them down. The girls end up finding out that they might be being followed, so they take Papi, passed out, still out, and they try to get him to the hotel to kind of hide while things are going. But we end up finding out that the one who's rich doesn't have access to her card. So that's a little bit of a monkey wrench. And so then they end up, fast forward, they end up going to the hotel. And then the character Paul Rodriguez plays works for the pageant.
Paul Rodriguez in a... is it a credited cameo or uncredited cameo?
No, it's
I think he probably...
It's uncredited, funny enough.
Really? It's uncredited?
Yeah.
I think he prefers it that way.
Yeah, because I was looking at that, I was like, that guy looks familiar.
So yet another subplot.
Yeah.
Roselyn is confused to be Miss Puerto Rico. So because of that, she gets the suite. So they all get to stay because of her in the hotel. But now she's got to prepare. Now, mind you, she's a lawyer. But now she's really digging into being mistakenly Miss Puerto Rico. So
but
now
when she takes off her glasses, she realizes, oh my God, I'm like
gorgeous.
A gorgeous, super fit woman.
Yeah. So then we end up seeing another subplot because of these two guys that are played by Freddie Rodriguez and what's his the
D.L. Hughley. Comedian D.L. Hughley.
Yeah, young, yeah.
These two are guys that are trying to get the cocaine, and they're trying to follow them and everything. But it's interesting because Freddie Rodriguez has like a very decisive comedic decision to make his tooth an issue. Like he's taking stuff.
He's an immediate toothache.
He has a toothache.
Immediate. This is like we meet his character and he has a hardcore toothache because we know toothaches are hilarious.
Yeah. Well,
and
I mean, I don't know if I agree with that statement.
In 2003, toothaches are hilarious.
Yeah,
I mean, but it's that's like his character. Like he even later on when it's kind of a little better.
Yeah.
He's still kind of holding his cheek and shit.
He goes through that, yeah. But
yeah, no. So net, they're being chased around. Lisa Vidal's character is trying to find Papi. He then wakes up. She is confronting him, and then funny enough, she's flirting with Lisa Vidal, the FBI agent, as well. So, and so what's going on is that while Roselyn Sánchez's character is trying to dip her toes into being the Miss Universe, or it's Miss Universe type, right?
Miss Local Universe. It didn't seem like it was like the big.
It was a pageant.
Yeah, it wasn't it wasn't like the international one. I don't think.
So the bottom line is they're trying to get Papi.
Yeah.
They're trying to save Papi that Lisa Vidal has, and then you have the two guys, the henchmen in there, and these girls are trying to saving Papi instead of chasing Papi. While Roselyn Sánchez, who's the true lawyer, very invested. Like she doesn't want to leave. She wants to still, be, Miss Puerto Rico. Gets confronted because the real Miss Puerto Rico shows up.
Cameo.
Yeah.
Who was it played by?
It's dang.
Michelle.
No, it's Nicole.
Sorry,
Nicole. Zinger.
Oh yes.
Who's
not even Latina, but she's playing Miss Puerto Rico.
Right. She was the lead singer of the Pussycat Dolls.
No, I mean, and she just recently won a
Wait,
Tony.
how do you say her last name?
She just won a Tony for
Wait,
Sunset
how do you
Boulevard.
pronounce her last name?
Zinger.
Okay,
Scherzinger.
Oops. Yeah, Scherzinger. That makes more sense.
Scherzinger.
So
So
anyway,
anyway,
she went from this one-line role to winning a Tony recently. So that's pretty crazy. You gotta give her props.
so you're saying it's the Chasing Papi effect?
It is
A little bit, yeah.
It is.
Okay. All right. So bottom line is they're trying to save Papi. They're trying to get the whole thing because they, funny enough, they took the wrong bag. They had one of the bags that I believe belonged to the Jackie's character, and that's how they got the whole mess going on. Where they're taking it, they're trying to get the bag. They don't know what's going on, and then they end up finding out.
Which was confusing. Was that confusing to any of y'all? Like
Yes.
I didn't really know how this mix-up happened.
So
Yeah, it
well,
wasn't
basically what it
clear.
is that so Patricia's friend, right, had her coworker had a whip, and then they wanted to bring the whip, and then all they had to do was deliver the whip.
Right.
What they didn't tell Sofia Vergara's character was that within the whip was a big load of cash. Right? So that's really the gig. The gig is in the car. It's the
Right.
money in the car.
Right.
While they were packing up their stuff to leave together, that's how the bags get confused because I think it's like the same Gucci bag or the same LV bag
Yes.
that Cece's character has. So that's where the whole confusion comes. The two gentlemen are around. They try to get the money. They're like, where's the money? Where's the stuff? We lose Papi, and then that's where we get where we are now.
But then when she talks to her friend, who she's doing the favor for, her friend is like, "No,
She's not in the know.
My boyfriend doesn't
he
even
would
have
never,
any money."
right? He would never do no like dumb shit like that
But
while he's in jail.
It was like weird misdirection then for no reason because I'm like, wait, is this is like did her boyfriend? Is this a mistaken identity even with her boyfriend? Like
Basically.
so, it was confusing when it shouldn't have been. It should have just been.
We're like chasing subplots at this point. That's really
No,
what
it is.
Yeah.
I'm chasing plot holes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, but
So bottom line is they save Papi from the goons and
The
the
goons.
for the FBI agent, and then they did this because they had to do like some dancing thing with Sheila E. Another cameo at the
a lot
concert.
of
and
a lot of very
everything.
cool cameos.
And so net they all save him, and they're like he's trying to apologize to all three of them, and they have their moment. They're like, we don't need you. I've discovered myself. I'm gonna be a dancer, and then each one was like, no, I feel like I'm free. So they all bonded together, and they were like, we don't need you, and you're out. Peace. And so that's pretty much
Surviving Papi.
Surviving
There's a
Papi
lot
is
of
wild. Wow.
There's a lot of, and if I didn't do a great job in the break, it's confusing. There's a lot of subplots and things, but
This is an hour and 15-minute movie.
I told you.
And there's about like I would say 8 subplots, maybe 8 to 10.
Can we list the subplots?
Okay, I like that actually. Yes. So
let's try.
It's Tomas dealing with his love square.
Oh, that's true.
'Cause it's
What
not a
would you
triangle.
It's not a love triangle.
Love
It's a love
rectangle?
octagon.
Octagon.
Well, it's 4 of them, right? Oh, no,
Hexagon.
it's-
We got his assistant. I'm telling you right now, his assistant is a part of it as well. I'm just telling you, there was vibes
we don't.
going on.
I get that. I won't count it regardless.
No,
Only
okay.
for the main sake, right? So
Okay.
it's Tomas dealing with
a
Lorena
love,
Patricia
a love
Sisi.
pentagram.
Basically, right? So
yes.
it's that. It's the agent looking for the ladies and figuring out their motives because of the whole drug trade and money.
Yes.
So that's one. That's another one.
Yeah, and just really quick aside, at the end it's like, yeah, this was my plan all along.
Right.
I knew that this Lothario, I knew that the girls that he was cheating on were gonna fly to another state simultaneously to surprise him, and then it was like, what was this plan that she had? But that's so again, another weird subplot. But that would have been its own cop movie, right? It would have
Basically.
been. Yeah.
Funny enough, there is kind of a subplot of Tomas dealing with his own anxiety in general,
Yeah,
outside of the women, but just his general anxiety.
Can I speak on that? The beginning animation of
Yeah.
the movie, which is a cute animation in the movie, they show kind of like his history, right? Growing up. Like women always have loved him, right?
Oh yeah, yes.
Yes.
And it felt more like we were gonna find out more about that, like his the effect that he had on women, because we just see every woman in the movie and some men are like completely obsessed with him. Even a nun was just
Yeah, the nun was like,
cross.
"Sister, is it too late for me to take back my oath?"
Right. And so that was, that was a funny part. And yes, he looks like a very young Latino John Stamos, but
Ooh, okay, I like that.
We don't really get. He mentions to the cop in the middle of the movie that he's grown up around nothing, mostly around women.
Right.
And I would have liked to have a little bit more
More about
padding. Yeah, because we would have learned more about his backstory, and maybe he's not an asshole, because he does still come off like an asshole who's just cheating on these 3 women because he can.
Look, let's. I love that you said that though. Look, let me kill the rest of those subplots.
Yeah.
Only because I love that you asked that.
Yes.
Right. So there was those. Right. There's Lorena wanting to be in a world of just like kind of embracing herself more. Right. That's the lawyer.
The lawyer.
Right. There's Cece who wants to be in showbiz. So when that scene happens that they're on the stage, which was in a Fast and Furious, I'm going to give you a little later still, but that was during an actual festival that was happening, right? Then there's Patricia's dreams of trying to break out of her cage from her family's finances. Of course, I already said the FBI agent. There is technically the drama between, because we keep mentioning the character, the assistant and the women. Right, because technically they all think that there's another lady, even though it is amongst them. But then there's the fake 4th one, and then last but not least, it really is the friendship between all of them. That's another subplot. Them becoming sisters at the end of it all, even though they're all technically, even though this is a derogatory term. I don't want to say Eskimo. I don't want to say igloo. They're all
both racist terms.
They're all kind of both racist. They're all
2025.
They're all in the same house.
Yeah.
I love your little delay.
Because that's a little better. I don't want to say the other ones because those are more derogatory. So, they were all living under the same house with the same landlord and they didn't really know, and now they all know. So it's all that stuff. Do you guys mind if I get into the Fast and Furious of this?
Just do it.
Yeah.
Look, one big thing is that this is kind of one of the first big Latino Hollywood rom-coms. Right. Obviously, we saw how even with Sofía Vergara, who went shooting after this movie in Modern Family, and it was directed by Linda Mendoza. Right. It's one of her first films that went crazy, but she also did work on TV with Mad TV and the Bernie Mac show.
But very cool that a Latina director made was able to make a film, a feature film at this point.
Another Fast and Furious, real quick, is about the title of the movie.
Yeah.
So it wasn't gonna be originally called Chasing Papi. It was gonna be called Papi Chulo. I'm not too mad at the name, but I would have still kept Chasing Papi without a doubt.
Was Papi Chulo always a term, or was it a term that was popularized at in 2003 or something like that?
No, it was before.
It's always been a
Papi
thing.
Chulo has always been it.
Yeah.
Put it in the comments.
Put it in the comments of other words.
So maybe at 2003 it was even more in the zeitgeist.
It was.
If you see the Google Trends that just skyrocket.
Yeah. So it would have been, that probably would have been a good title just because it was topical.
So
right?
wait, are you admitting you were never called a Papi Chulo by girls when you were growing up?
I don't think. Now I think about it, I don't think a
You were
woman.
never called a Papi Chulo?
I mean,
What were you called?
Maybe by my mother's friends.
I was gonna say
wow.
maybe an older woman would say Papi Chulo to me. I've never heard a woman my age say Papi Chulo.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Or an aunt be like, look at this Papi Chulo.
Yeah.
But I could be wearing pajamas and shit. They're just trying to be nice. And I'm like, hey, Titi, thank you.
I was gonna say for me, I mean it was 2003, right? So
Yeah.
Papi Chulo, I mean I was 10,
Oh,
not even
great.
barely, right? And then you guys were 30. So
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
of course.
Allegedly.
No, but
2003? Yeah, I think I was.
let me give you another Fast and Furious. This was Sofía Vergara's Hollywood debut. That's a big one. So before she even did anything, her character Cece, who was the spicy Colombian diva, that was her debut.
And we can see, even without the writers of Modern Family, she had that extra.
Yeah.
that extra.
She had the
but she just needed, she needed some structure.
She
and
definitely
some guy, a script that would like help her out.
She definitely was the alpha of the three. I mean, Roselyn was the lawyer, but you saw like, don't fuck with me.
Yeah.
Like she really was the passionate, driving with the energy,
and she was hitting those insults. Even though, like very more missed than hit, but you could see that she had a way, like it was almost like the Gloria was kind of
coming out,
was born almost in this.
I can see that. Yeah. I mean, she also was the one that kind of like started off with the La Llorona stuff. Right? Yeah. So like that was like the first person not to fuck with in the movie when it came to Tomas.
And another thing, I like that joke. I like that La Llorona. Like I thought it was funny when that happened. I wish they didn't have to like kill the joke.
No, damn, that's hilarious. I think what's interesting is that the first time they did show it at the bar, they gave a bit of a context.
Yes.
So even to backtrack a little bit with the Fast and Furious about it not being called Papi Chulo, I think Hollywood-wise that would have just confused some people.
True.
I could see how Chasing Papi was a lot more like Chasing Amy. Chasing Papi. Maybe it's just the familiarity of names because, I mean, a lot of those movies in the early 2000s were heavy rom-com. So I guess that helped out.
And Chasing Chulo wouldn't be...
Chasing Chulo would not be that right.
Maybe I'm wrong, but a lot of these sort of diverse comedies, especially like maybe in the 90s or early 2000s, the titles of these movies always had to be something that was like culture based. So like like Booty Call, right? It was if we're gonna get the audience we want, we're gonna have to like bring them in with a catchy title,
a little fake bilingual-esque title.
They wouldn't have like There's Something About Mary, something that doesn't really make you want to see the movie. You know what I mean? Like it has to be something like Papi Chulo. You know.
I think that worked for my ex. I think that's what it was. She's like, "Oh my God, there's the movie Chasing Papi with Sofia and all that." And so I think you're right.
It has to be a catchy.
The gossip of it helps a lot, right? It's three women fighting for one man. I mean, I'm sure maybe a lot of women found him super attractive, right? Yeah. He was actually and that's another Fast and Furious. Eduardo, I'm gonna butcher this name, so bear with me.
No, it's okay.
Verástegui.
Ooh, that flowed.
Close?
Yeah.
Close? You guys could let me know how it was, right? He actually was a Mexican soap opera star, too, right? So that might have also transcended from people following him from that to then now this Hollywood movie. The culture of it, I think, drew a lot of people. You know, Chasing Papi.
I'm curious, was Walter Mercado in the trailer?
I don't know, actually. That's a good question.
Was Walter Mercado? I don't even think this was. They didn't shoot scenes. He didn't shoot scenes for this movie because it seemed like they just took like real episodes.
Really?
Because I thought he was gonna have a moment where like he like looks to the camera and makes a joke like, "I'm looking at you, Maria."
So that's crazy you said that because I'm not gonna lie. While I was doing my research of this, while I was watching the movie, I was trying to find that. I was trying to find out if he did because he is listed in the IMDb and he's properly credited as himself in the movie, but they don't say if like he taped something. And you're right, he didn't do it. Also, he didn't do his sign off in the movie. That was a big one for me. I realized that. I was like, oh, he didn't even do his sign off, and it made me wonder, right, that because of his past and everything, was he in a situation that he could even do that, but he was still able to make his cameo. So that was fun. A couple last ones, but. One is that there was a lot of improv on the set, right? Tomas's English wasn't the best when it came to the movie.
I didn't notice. I didn't notice.
Oh,
yeah,
you didn't notice that at all? Yeah, his limited lines probably didn't really help. But he was such a heartthrob and such a face that it didn't really matter too much.
Well, the best part of the movie was when he passes out. I'm gonna say that. I don't think he was a very good actor in this movie. He probably was better in his native language, but he needed more English lessons because his line readings were atrocious.
Damn.
And so it kind of
Does he have a hive? I feel like that we're gonna get attacked by his hive.
Maybe.
At the end of the day, women are gonna watch this movie because they think he's attractive. But I do think if you had an actor in there that was a little bit more charismatic as an actor, I would have liked
Al Pacino.
Al Pacino.
And the action is forgiven.
Al Pacino as Tony Montana in this film.
I just
So what do you think? If you're saying that like a young Javier Bardem is playing Papi, you're saying?
Well, I mean, he's Spaniard. I mean, let's go for I don't know if his character was he Mexican or was
so
he...
what you would have done like a even though technically he is also Spanish, you would have done a what's it called?
Antonio?
Yeah.
Antonio Banderas?
Again, another Spaniard. Like, let's look for...
you guys take over the
where they are,
industry.
you know...
Edward James Olmos.
With the hair to the side.
I don't know who in 2003 at this moment, but I'm saying someone who could... like, look, he takes his shirt off, and this is why you have him in the movie, right?
Right.
But I would have liked someone who could act. Like, this guy obviously wasn't a good actor. I'm not saying anything crazy.
I'm gonna talk to the writer Jamie right now.
Right.
Do you think that originally in the script he's passed out throughout the whole movie, or after they cast it and like, all right, we're gonna have to do a little rewrite and have him knocked out?
You know what? That is a great question. Because this does seem like a situation where you see him on camera, you're shooting scenes, and afterwards the director and the producers are like, this guy sucks.
No way. I want to talk about this. I want to talk about this on Not Popular. I want to talk about this on Not Popular.
He's a great person. He got great charities. But I'm saying, as an actor in Chasing Papi,
you know what? Can I get... All right, look.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, defend it.
Hold on.
defend it.
Let me give this...
You clean up my mess. Clean up my mess right now, please.
Let me give this last facts and fears, and then
Right,
I want to
of course.
I just want to say that though this movie, wasn't a very popular movie, right? It did cost around $9 million to make, but it did gross a little close to $12 million. So they did get a little money back. But
that's a success in 2025, by the way.
Maybe
comedies don't make comedy making 12 million. It's like, okay, we people came out to see it.
The worldwide box office is 1.4 times the production value, right? So it made a little bit okay money, but I mean, this is just to now type of thing, right?
No, of course.
So, okay, look, let's go into the unpopular opinion.
Okay.
I just want to say, to the sentiment that you just said, I think he's supposed to be dumb and quiet and just a couple minimal worded on purpose.
Right.
I don't think it was because of he was a Mexican opera star. So there's big credit to him, at least for when it comes to soap operas, right? Excuse me.
Right.
But he's supposed to be... I feel like this is kind of more of an empowering movie for women in a sense, right? Yes, there's a lot of silliness. There's a whole element of they're all getting played by a dude, but they all learn of their own strengths within this scenario. Unfortunately, they have to go through this, but in life, you have to go through a lot of bullshit to really find a lot of things about yourself. And I think he was just supposed to be dumb.
Yeah, but a good actor plays dumb well.
Oh, you don't even think he played dumb well?
He might as well just been reading the cue cards off camera. He was that bad to me. Now, I'm going to give him a little bit of credit because I don't want it to be like a hate fest for this actor.
Too late. No.
He's probably won like 10 Latin Emmys.
Actually, let me check that out.
I thought his
Make sure, real quick, off camera here, on post-production, when we put some social stuff at the actor, this clip right here for Jamie.
Oh, right. So this is for, because I don't want the actor to think he already hates me, but I'm gonna try to give him a little credit.
Bring him back.
I thought he was better in the scenes after he wakes up from the coma. I thought he had a little bit of chemistry with the cop character, and I thought it brought out a little bit more charisma and acting chop. I'm not even gonna say chops. It brought out an acting chop.
A chop.
When they're back and forth, I thought he was better. But everything in the beginning that set him up as the character that we're following, and he would come in and sweep these women off their feet.
You didn't like the way he passed out in the presentation?
The presentation.
The presentation.
That might have been a stuntman.
Low key, it might have been a stuntman. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. He's not wrong there. I just want to say.
But I hear what you're saying. I like the pushback.
But even to that testament, right, of him having better chemistry with the agent, it just showed. And maybe I'm thinking too hard about it, right? because maybe it could have just been shitty acting, etc. But it showed that he moved on from these three. He was done with them. Yeah. Right? Look at how he was handling it. I don't think it showed any more so that a man was over one woman amongst even, let's say, just three women by buying them all the same lingerie. That's how they all meet together. They all meet together because they want to all surprise him with the same lingerie. I don't know how he messes that up, by the way. How does he mess up all three of them going to his crib with the same lingerie, same day, same time, but then he was able to go across 3 different states?
Yeah.
That was maybe the plot hole I didn't like. I'll give you that much,
There's
right?
something in there.
It's like, be a good papi, you know? Anyways.
Be a good papi.
Right, be a good papi, you know?
Right.
But like, he was over them. He was over them, and that's where I'm like, okay, I could give him the benefit of the doubt. Also, then he was like inebriated for most of the film. That would be crazy to find out, though, that if they just didn't like his character, so much so that they just let him.
They weekend Bernie'd it.
Okay, look, I'm gonna go with my unpopular opinion because it's playing off of what we're talking about. I think the movie would have been better if they accidentally killed him.
But then that's Weekend at Bernie's.
No, but no. The plot, they wouldn't. So in my version of Chasing Papi, called Chasing Jamie, no.
You can't call it Chasing Papi if you do it. You gotta give it a different name. Yeah.
No, in my
Chasing
version,
Papi, oops.
No, in my version, it becomes a dark comedy where they accidentally kill him.
Yes.
And they have to get rid of the body. So they're not carrying his dead body around the city.
Right.
They accidentally kill him. They probably bury him somewhere in the desert, the LA deserts.
Right.
The LA has deserts? I don't know.
They do.
And they have this cop kind of on their case, and like I don't know what it is, but I think
turned this from a rom-com to a fucking what do you call this? A drama?
No, a black comedy, right? And so at the end, when you have that moment where the cop has to arrest them, she's like, "I finally got you, women." She's like, "You know what? I'm gonna let you go because I know what he did to you."
No,
and that's real female empowerment. I don't care what you say.
Jamie is just telling you that it doesn't
you're off the
matter
rails, bro.
if
You're
you
just
find
too
yourself
much.
in other aspects of life. Just kill the man.
Look, my unpopular opinion is that I don't know. Roselyn Sánchez took that whole Miss Puerto Rico thing way too much. Like, come on now.
Okay, yeah.
You know, you're a lawyer. You're trying to get this papi.
But she wanted to break out. How are you guys not understanding that these women have a lot more meaning to them than this
She's
man?
a fucking lawyer. Come on, be proud of that. I'm sorry. I did.
That is true. You should be proud of being a lawyer,
She's prioritizing. She's trying to mess up everything just because she wants to go ahead and do her little thing and do deep speeches. I get all of that, but I was like, come on, woman, you're a freaking lawyer, yo.
I would have called her.
Oh, that's all she is? She's just a fucking lawyer?
No, there's a layer to it. And
I'm just
women, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You know what I'm saying? I respect that and all that. I put me on the spot. I saw what you try to do.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, come on, Roselyn. You're better than that.
I would have called her
It's like
out.
Rosalind's fault.
Yeah.
I would have called her out on her fake modesty bullshit.
Oh.
What fake modesty?
She was like, "Ay, pero I've never done this before. I never put my hair down like this. I don't have 6-pack abs." Like she made it seem like she was this ugly duckling, and I was like,
it was about how she felt. You guys are not understanding.
I know, I get
She
it.
didn't feel like the most. Clearly she wasn't the most outspoken amongst the three, right? Lorena comparatively to Cece and Patricia, right? But that was the thing, right?
I get it, but I didn't buy it. You know what I'm saying? Like I get.
But now you're
I
just
get,
going straight for the acting. That's what you mean.
I think Roselyn she can't hide the fact that she probably knew she was the shit at that time.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
Like, I'm not mad at that.
I felt
Jesus.
that. I felt that.
Jesus.
That's what I'm saying.
Jesus.
That's not an insult to her.
It's not. But I can see that.
All right.
The whole point of this movie, y'all, is the empowerment. All right, it's finding the sisterhood part is the gimmick, right? The sisterhood amongst the love
Of the traveling pantalones.
right? Of the traveling papi, right?
Ooh.
Feel me?
Okay, yeah.
Oh, that was way better.
Come on.
Man, yo, Eddie, you did a whole full circle.
That's
That
the
was
name of
good.
the episode. This is
Traveling Papi.
Papi.
The gimmick is the whole Papi thing, but then like the real story is the subplot of the ladies figuring themselves out.
I get that. No, you're absolutely right. You're.
But okay, did they earn that? Did the movie earn that?
Yes, in 2003.
I felt like the movie was so short. I felt like these three women, it felt like they spent like 20 minutes together, and we're supposed to believe that their lives changed in what the movie gave us.
I mean, if you learned, you just said Love Island, right?
Well, earlier.
Right,
I think the audience forgot that reference.
I'm bringing it back. They spent a lot of time together, a lot of intimate time with high stress. You know, when you're in stress, time slows down. So I agreed it was 20 minutes, but that's intense. You got the FBI, you got these goons.
You thought you killed your own man.
Yeah, you don't even know he's alive or nothing. Mind you, when they're in the hotel room, one's laying on his boob, the other one's on the stomach, the other one's on the leg.
He's on a trolley.
Yeah.
He's literally, his lifeless body, well, I mean, it's unconscious. His unconscious body. He's on a trolley. If all three were dealing with, let's say Nathan. Sorry, Nathan, I have to put you in there. Let's say Nathan took too many anxiety pills. He passed out, and we're like, what are we gonna do with Nathan's body? We would call him a little like stronger here as a podcast.
Yeah,
we're all gonna try to give him mouth to mouth like they did.
I wouldn't be the first one. Sorry, Nathan.
But they were pretty much, because they didn't obviously know how to do mouth to mouth. They were like, I'll give him mouth to mouth.
Yeah.
Even the dog.
Give me your imposter.
I'm gonna say Patricia. I'm sorry. She didn't come off rich to me. I'm just gonna leave it like that.
She was snobby.
She was snobby, but from New York. I'm sorry. I'm gonna nitpick, but it just didn't come off that way. It is what it is. Mm-hmm. But whatever. I just didn't take it that way. So that's my imposter.
Jamie.
I'm gonna say the imposter. This movie was scored. The music was from Emilio Estefan. Somebody pretended to be Emilio Estefan, I think, and was an imposter, because the music in this movie was, if it was like one of those free tracks you can get online for a short film, I wouldn't use it. It was I'll give it this. It's very late 90s, early 2000s Latin instrumental generic, spicy.
Based off all of this, your Papi system is like at least a 4. I'm a wild guess.
The music was too cheesy. And Emilio, you have a Stefan in your name and you're going to put this out? Dude probably didn't take this job seriously. And he just gave them the most generic tracks that he just didn't use for I don't know.
You're talking very bad about a legend.
Every beat in this,
you need to chill, bro.
Every beat in this, every musical cue in this movie was something like the man.
You like the beginning first track? I like the first track with the cartoon stuff.
No, Miami Sound Machine probably rejected all these tracks. Gloria was like, honey, this is not your best work. And he was like, I'm gonna show you, Gloria.
Wow. Seriously?
It matched the movie's tone.
Okay, so
but to me, the movie's tone was cheesy. So it was too much cheese. From too much queso.
You're lactose intolerant.
Too much queso, and I think it was an imposter, because I'm giving Emilio the benefit of the doubt. Someone pretended to be him.
Okay, so we'll leave it like that.
An actual imposter, yes.
Okay.
Lisa, the agent. Oh. Well, Lisa Vidal's character is Carmen, so.
The FBI agent?
Yeah.
Well, okay.
That's my imposter, because throughout the whole thing, she goes through all that. Sees that she sees that Tomas is the reason of all this, but then still at the end of the day goes on a date with him. She agrees to at least going out to dinner together.
I mean, he was persistent. Yeah.
He wasn't. So even to Jamie's point, God damn it!
Come back here. Come to my side.
To Jamie's point, that is where the problem is, because he really didn't even do much. But I think that's the point. That's the whole thing. It's in 2003, he was a very handsome looking man, convincing enough for a woman, no matter what stature, would be like, fuck it, I'm going on this date with this guy.
What would make it more, as a viewer, more believable would be if an actor like Benjamin Bratt. Just give me someone.
Boy. You always use Benjamin.
I always use Benjamin Bratt. This is the second show I've used Benjamin Bratt. And give me someone who I would believe that, just from the way he talks, that they would fall. You know, not just looks. But Benjamin Bratt in 2003 probably had washboard abs as well.
No, he did.
But also, like,
I have a poster.
He could walk into a room and be like, "Hey, how you doing?
Is that
doing,
more?
babe?
Is that your type then?
How you doing, babe? What, Benjamin Bratt?
Yeah, because
my rom-com
it kind of
type.
comes down to it.
It's my rom-com type.
Okay, that's your prototype.
Okay.
Because I need to find, you know, both parts of the rom-com like attractive.
So you think Benjamin Bratt would have been a way better Papi?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I think I'll probably say that in like about 5 more other shows that we do.
Until he actually shows up.
Until he shows up.
Until the
And we
We do Carlitos when he's like, you know who would have been better? Benjamin Bratt. Can we do our MVP or MV Papi?
Yeah,
for
I'll
this
go
one?
first.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Paul Rodriguez's character because of him. They were able to have the hotel.
True.
Roselyn Sanchez's character goes off and is allowed that safe haven for them in that period of time in the movie.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say Paul Rodriguez. And what did you think about Paul Rodriguez's acting?
Next question.
Wow. Give us your MV Papi, please.
Definitely not Paul Rodriguez.
Okay.
I know a lot of comedians were doing straight comedians were doing like the flamboyant gay character a lot back then, but it doesn't hold up.
Wow.
In 2025.
Sorry, Paul Rodriguez.
Sorry, Paul Rodriguez. But I do have an MVP. I do have an MVP. I can't even say the word. Ian Gomez had a small role playing a doctor. And he actually was hitting his punchlines pretty good. If he was, and I'm assuming if there was improv, I think he might be an improv actor. He was on a show that I really used to like called Cougar Town. He was part of that ensemble. So I could see him coming up with his own jokes, and that's why that scene was funny. He had some funny lines. Okay. And that's what this movie could have been if Ian Gomez maybe was writing it. Anyways, but yeah, he's my MVP.
Would have he been a better Papi to you?
Hey.
Okay. I get it. I see it.
It would have been I say yes. It would have been a completely different movie.
You wanted Papi to be funnier.
No, I wanted Papi to be able to finish a sentence.
Damn.
Dude, can we end this show? Like, we gotta get
You guys already know the deal. We always end the show with the PPS, the Papi Point System, where we give our own ratings and our own little sazon for the movie. I don't mind starting off real quick. And I'm going to give actually this movie 3 out of 5 anxiety pills. I liked it. It was fun. 2003 rom-com comedy, a Latino. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's a little bit of a Latino staple, at least for Hollywood, right? Is it the best representation ever? No, but it's supposed to be a fun ride. It's supposed to be silly. It's about 3 women finding a sense of empowerment in 2003 after being dealt with one of the biggest dirtbags ever, who at the end of the day doesn't even really learn from his consequences that he went through with these shorties. So 3 out of 5 anxiety pills.
We're on the same page. I'm gonna give it 3 pills that led the lead actor to pass out throughout the whole movie. I also felt that when I first saw it in the theater, I was like, all right, but it grew on me and I like it. It served its purpose. It's kind of awesome to see some of these actresses and actors blow up since that movie, and it was the beginning part. And so I feel like I'm going to give it 3 out of 5 pills.
I'm gonna hit you with some positive before I give my review. Just some quick hits. I love that there was so many Latina actresses that I've seen now in a lot of different projects, and their careers have risen. Even just side character. There was like random, even the characters. Like even Sofía Vergara's friend. I've seen her in a bunch of stuff. So I just like to see the trajectory of their careers has been good. They've been working. I love that it's directed by a Latina, and we don't get enough Latina directors that are getting, shots.
Just get to the butt.
Jamie, rip the Band-Aid.
Just get to the butt.
Just rip the Band-Aid.
Just get to the butt. Just get to the butt.
But this is one of those movies where like you are just thankful that we have representation. We're just thankful we got a movie out. No, it's a bad movie regardless of representation. And it's look, there was a lot of these bad comedies. Not just Latinos were making these bad comedies in the early 2000s. There was a lot of bad comedies during this time. But this just happened to be one of the few Latin movies that got a mainstream release. And that in itself doesn't really help, future projects to be greenlit. I'm not saying Chasing Papi was, the reason why we didn't, get more of these, but we didn't. We didn't get our While You Were Sleeping.
We should.
We should.
What do you give again?
This wasn't female empowerment, by the way, either. They forgave this dude way too easy. I know a bunch of Latinas, if they would have found out a guy did this, he would have been bleeding from the face. Like how Sofia Vergara was threatening him.
Yeah.
Where was that? She was like, I'll claw you. Well, she said it to one of the girls.
Because she's bigger than that.
No. They forgave him. They might as well just gave him a hug and a kiss.
But they didn't really forgive him. It was I forgive. It's like, Jimmy, you fucked my sister. I'm like, I'm going to forgive you. I ain't really forgiving you.
Okay, but then the filmmakers forgave him. Because he ended up with the cop. He ended up with the cop.
Yeah, yes.
The writer forgave him.
Imagine that night of lovemaking. Shit. She seems like, she's a wild one.
Jamie, what are you giving this out of 5?
I'm giving this 1 toothache out of 5.
1 toothache out of 5? Wow. I like it.
Yeah.
I ain't mad. 1. He's giving it a 1 toothache out of 5.
I'm sorry I chased Papi because I didn't find anything.
I like this.
At the end of that.
3 out of 5 from Mike and I. A 1 out of 5 from Jamie.
3 out of 5? Are you kidding me?
I loved it.
Don't do
rom-com.
this. Jamie, don't do this.
Listeners, please.
Please what?
We
just told you why we're giving it 3 because we're not. You gotta forget.
3 stars for this movie.
3 anxiety pills.
Right.
Look, if you agree or disagree with either Mike, Jamie, or I, make sure you let us know in the comments below. Give us your own PPS.
If there's no Chasing Papi, there's no Modern Family Sofia Vergara. Let's just gonna put it out there, bro.
I'm not gonna lie, that's enough.
Come on, bro.
That's a good point.
No, but the difference in quality between the worst episode of Modern Family and this is 4 stars that I didn't give this movie.
Damn. You give us your own PPS down below and let us know how you feel. Are you leaning towards Jamie? Are you leaning towards us? Let us know and make sure you don't get the same toothaches that Jamie's getting from this movie.
1 toothache.
Yeah.
Yo, if you think about it, no toothache is a higher rating than 1 toothache.
Dr. Smith, I'll be in tomorrow for that root canal.
This is the Cine Papis Podcast. Make sure you follow us on all types of socials. Eddin Martinez, Jaime Fernandez, Juan Bago, and we will catch you guys next time.
Cine Papis.